I never thought I'd be in a full-blown war with my neighbor over something as basic as water, but here we are. It all started a few months ago. I noticed my water bill was getting higher and higher, almost doubling, then tripling. At first, I thought maybe I had a leak. I called a plumber, spent a couple $100, and he checked everything from top to bottom. Pipes, faucets, toilets, everything was perfect. He couldn't find a single drop leaking anywhere. I thought, okay, maybe it's a mistake from the water company. So I called them. They sent someone out to check the meter, and guess what? The meter was working just fine. They told me the readings were accurate. I was completely stumped. My habits hadn't changed. I was living alone, working most of the day. How on earth was I using that much water? The bills kept piling up, and my frustration was growing. I started doing my own detective work. I'd read the meter before leaving for work and then check it again the moment I got home. And sure enough, the numbers were climbing even when no one was in the house. This confirmed it. Someone was using my water while I was away. But who? My mind immediately went to my neighbor. Let's call him Kevin. Kevin was. Interesting, he always seems to be working on some project in his yard. And he had this massive, lush green lawn that looked like a golf course, even during the driest parts of summer. Meanwhile, the rest of our neighborhood had lawns that were turning a bit brown, which was normal. How did he keep his so green? The thought started to creep in. Could he be the one? So, I decided to set a little trap. It was so fine that if anyone touched the handle, the thread would break. When I came home that evening, I went straight to the spigot. My heart was pounding, and there it was. The thread was broken. I knew it. I just knew it was him. For a week, I repeated the thread trick every single day. And every single day, the thread was broken when I got home. The anger was bubbling up inside me. This guy was blatantly stealing from me, thinking I wouldn't notice. I confronted him politely at first. I went over and said, "Hey Kevin, really weird thing happening. My water bill is astronomical, and I think someone's been using my outdoor tap. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?" He just looked at me with a straight face and said, "Nope, haven't seen a thing." That's really strange, man. Hope you figure it out. The nerve of this guy. That was it. The polite approach failed. It was time to escalate. My first thought was to get one of those locking spigot covers, but where's the fun in that? He deserved a lesson. I wanted to do something that would make him stop for good and maybe feel a little bit of the frustration I'd been feeling. So, I went online and did some research, and that's when I found the perfect solution. A simple, yet brilliant, little device. It's a quick connect fitting that you attach to the end of the hose spigot. But here is the magic part. You can only connect or disconnect a hose if you have the other matching piece. Without it, the spigot is basically useless. You can turn the handle all you want, but no water will come out. I ordered it, and it arrived a few days later. The installation took me all of 2 minutes. I screwed the special fitting onto my spigot, and that was it. The trap was set now. All I had to do was wait. I didn't even bother with the thread this time. I was confident. The next day, I came home from work, and I couldn't help but peek over at Kevin's yard. He was out there, looking at his hose with a very confused and annoyed expression. He was connecting and disconnecting it from his own spigot, trying to figure out why it wasn't working. It took everything in me not to burst out laughing. This went on for a couple of days. I'd see him messing with his hose, looking frustrated. His perfect, green lawn started to show the first signs of neglect. The vibrant green was fading a little. It was a beautiful sight. I had to bite my tongue to keep from smiling. I looked him right in the eye and said, "Oh, that's a shame, Kevin, but you know, I had to do something about my water bill. It was getting out of control. So I installed a special lock on my spigot. Only I can use it now." Sorry, man. The look on his face was priceless. A mix of shock, embarrassment, and anger. He knew that I knew. He just stood there for a second, stammering, and then mumbled something like, "Oh, okay, right, well, never mind then," and quickly walked away. He never spoke to me about it again. In fact, he avoided me for weeks, and you know what? My water bill went right back down to normal. His beautiful lawn. It turned the same yellowish brown as everyone else's in the neighborhood that summer. Sometimes, when I'm watering my own plants, I see him out in his yard, and I just give a little wave. He never waves back. It was a silent, petty victory, but it was so sweet. It just goes to show you, don't mess with people's utilities, you might just get what you deserve. Thanks for watching, and if you have a crazy neighbor story, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.